Sheridan Jones, a couple of backups able to get in there and create a turnover. How nice was that to see?
It was awesome. Yeah, we had a lot of guys in there. Of course, Isaiah had the interception, and but to see those guys get in there and do that, it's awesome. I think we played 100 and something guys, so that might be a record. 2 games in a season to play 100 and something guys, but we played well. I mean, really, it was really our 2 veteran guys that kind of busted. We had one when they got outside on the 1 touchdown over on the side, the touchdown run. Kayvon was in a little bit of a bind, but that was still his responsibility to get outside. But it was tough too, because with what we were asking him to do, he was kind of protecting the field a little bit too much. So really just a great play by them. And then Nolan got a little nosy, and that kid's fast. That guy can really run, and so that was kind of an example of just getting a little complacent in that situation. The way the game's going, and next thing you know, you give up a big one. But that's what they can do. That team. That's how they're structured. They had one guy wide open. Now they beat us on that play, but early in the game they had a guy wide open, and thank the Lord he dropped it. They're tough. They're tough. They're second in the country in rushing the football. 125 FCS teams. They're good. They're a good bunch. And so I was proud of our guys. And again, they popped a couple. And you got to sub. You got to play a lot of guys. You get in a situation, it can get frustrating. But especially when it's not like you're playing an offense that they can go out there. This is a really difficult scheme. And so there's probably going to be a player or two. But I was proud of how they competed. I mean, you saw Jake Venables. How about Jake Venables? Man, he had 3.5 tackles for loss, and he's really starting to hit his stride. He's going to be a heck of a player, but battled hamstrings all through fall camp and came back and then had another setback. But now he's really hitting his stride and playing fast and physical. It was good to see Levante Bentley. I know he got thrown out of the game, but, man, he is going to be a heck of a football player for us. Really super proud of Levante. And, he sparked. Saw him in special teams. We were able to play a few guys that we're trying to hold. We were able to get them in the game today. You saw guys like White's, the kicker. You saw Levante. You saw Greg Williams. You saw some of those guys that Ray Thornton that we know we want to hold. Today was one of those games we could get them in. And then we had a little group that we didn't play today purposely because we're trying to save a game, for down the road.
Did you get a good feeling during the week that your guys had the appropriate mindset?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was a great week of preparation, and we just really don't make it much about the opponent. I mean, and that's why we've been successful. I mean, it just we just have a daily focus, and we've been that way for a long time. And that's why, again, we've been consistent, because when you start worrying about who you're playing or what the record is or all that stuff, you're like this. And it takes great leadership, and it takes culture, and that's what kind of sustains us around here. We just come to work, we do what we do on Monday, we do what we do on Tuesday, and we get excited to play. And this is a week, where I talk to them about just being enthusiastic about improving, and playing well, and continuing to build our team, continuing to grow our depth, and I think we were able to accomplish those things.
Dabo, Tuesday night will be the first football committee's rankings coming out. Is that a distraction at all?
No, not at all. No, not a distraction at all. I mean, we're just rolling where we need to be. I always tell them, we got a little saying around here: some horses start fast, some start slow, but the thoroughbred's great at the final pole. All right, that's the only one that matters. All right, we ain't worried about all that stuff. Some get out of the gate, and some are really, really slow, and some kind of in the middle of the pack. But at the end of the day, somebody will cross that line first, and we're just running our race. That's what we try to do, just run our race, be the best version of us, and it's what we talk about year in and year out, just one step at a time, focus on things you control. None of that stuff matters. I mean, it just doesn't. What matters is that we beat NC State. Y'all heard me say, Wisconsin, I'm sure a couple weeks ago, they were having a lot of discussion about why aren't they in the top 4 and should they be this and that. Well, then they lost to Illinois. They ain't got to worry about that no more. All right, that won't be a part of the discussion on Tuesday, so you don't need to worry about that stuff. Now the fans and the media, that's great. I mean, that's just part of your job, and that's part of being a fan. But this is what you do, when you're a player, when you're a coach, you can't worry about that. You better lock in on what you control, and that's your preparation. We don't control anything in somebody sitting in a room in Texas, what they think. We just need to take care of our business. And we do that, and, it'll all work out.
Coach, it looks like they might have gotten a piece of Potter's first kick after the high snap.
No, he kicked the ground. We had to bring in some sand. He got a big old divot out there. He just got his foot stuck. It was kind of mushy, kind of chunky out there today, and he literally just said he just got his cleats stuck right in the ground. It was kind of crazy. So it was good to see him come back and really hit a clean one right there. Snap was a little high, a little behind, but he just chunked it. His foot just got right in the ground. So it was good that we had a couple of those situations up, just especially that last one. That was a good kick and a good way for him to finish.
Trevor's, last 4 games, 3 touchdowns, each of the last 4 games set a record. What can you say about the consistency from him over the last 4 games?
He's been consistent all year, not just the last 4 games. I mean, his efficiency, again, is higher now than it was this time last year. He's had about 8 bad plays, and people just can't let it go. They just can't let it go. They can't forgive him. He's human, and he made a few bad plays this year, and for whatever reason, it's like that's all anybody wants to talk about. But I'm super proud of him because he's really played great all year. He's played great, and that's a big reason why we're 9-0. I mean, he just has such great command. But obviously, he had a few bad decisions and with some turnovers that throughout the course of the season he wished he had back. But again, for every bad play he's had 50 great ones, and that's what I focus on. We coach from all of it, but he's been tremendous all year, not just the last 4 games.
Isaiah and Travis were talking downstairs about their races that they had.